Welcome to Confident AF Live, taking your mindset next level to get next year's results today with me, your host, Brandon Foster. Are you a badass peep with big dreams, ready to turn your unrealistic goals into reality? Confident AF Live is the gateway to enormous new opportunities and unlimited possibilities. The unrealistic can suddenly become realistic for you if you believe it. Are you ready to take your dreams and results to the next level? Then stay tuned as we help crack open the door to new ways of impactful thinking and believing about yourself with mindset practices for badass people like you. Confident AF Live starts right now. What up, badasses? Welcome to another podcast episode for you. I'm here to inspire, encourage you, and lift you to the most you live joy-filled and abundant life in your business. All right, so today we're going to talk about something that has been on my mind to talk about and discuss. And that is because one thing that I love to do is I love to do mindset audits for badass business owners, for entrepreneurs, agency owners, founders. I really enjoy getting a sneak peek behind people's thought process. Because I've done it for so long, I can really get to the root causes and core issues really, really fast that they don't even see. It's kind of like you take your car into a mechanic and they're like, I don't know what's wrong with my engine. And the mechanic like takes one look at it, is like, oh, this. That's what I do for mindset. So one thing that I noticed when entrepreneurs are stuck is that usually when they're stuck, they're not utilizing the 3 best tools to change your mindset. They're not using them. And so they get stuck because they want to experience different results in their business. They want to experience different results in their life, but they're not doing anything differently. They haven't changed their vibration, their point of attraction, and they're not doing things physically differently in their business. And the reason why they're not doing those things differently, the reason why they're not at a different vibrational frequency, their attitude hasn't changed, is because they're not changing how they think about everything. And so these 3 tools are going to help you change the way that you think. These are probably tools that you've heard of, but like anything else, it doesn't do any good if you hear about the tool, but then you don't use it, you don't implement it. You're just taking the knowledge, but you're not actually implementing. You're not actually using the knowledge to actually transform your life or change what you can do. And so let's talk about them. Before I forget, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Brandon R. Foster and check out our Facebook group for other badass business owners, Confident AF Mindset Practices. Okay. So the first tool is affirmations. And the reason why affirmations matter is because you're always affirming something over your life and over your business. An affirmation is just something you choose to think over and over and over and over again. So when people say, well, I'm not using affirmations as they were in my audits, they are affirming things all the live long day. They're just affirming the wrong things. They're affirming that their business isn't working, or that clients aren't signing up, or that it's hard, they're stuck, or whatever it is. And so affirming negative things over your life and your business is really like cursing your business. So if you are not actively choosing to affirm positive things over your life and your business, then you're missing a huge key to mindset. And I want to just say, this is super, super important. What the words you say don't actually matter. What matters is how the words you say cause you to feel. Because feeling is vibration. Feeling is what really the law of attraction is all about. And like if you're faith-based, the whole reason the Bible says to meditate on the words of God is so that you feel better. And a lot of people meditate on the word, but they don't actually allow it to feel into like, well, what would that mean if that was actually true over my life? Like, how would that actually transform my business? How would that actually transform how I show up? How would that actually transform if I truly, truly believed what it actually said? And That's why it's great if you Google affirmations online or you buy a card deck of affirmations from Amazon. It's great if you can use those and they actually cause you to feel good. If they don't cause you to feel good, you need to drop them. And the reason why affirmations are important is because when you feel good, you're reconnecting neural pathways in your brain. Dr. Joe Dispenza did research, and he is, if you don't know who he is I would say a brain expert. He is a doctor. He's also a researcher, and he also teaches on meditation, which we'll talk about in a second. But 70%, we think 70,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of those thoughts are the same thoughts as the day before. So we wonder why we get stuck and we get the same results. Well, it's because we keep thinking the same thoughts we always thought. And when you think the same thoughts, you do the same things, you do the same things, you get the same actions. So you have to change how you think, which changes what you do, which changes your results. So affirmations, when you feel good about doing new things and you do those new things and you feel good and eager and anticipatory of those amazing results, that's how you start to see really positive change and impact in your life. And if it doesn't feel good, you just need to drop it because it's not meant for you. So that's the first thing. The other thing I'll say about affirmations is affirmations change. I wouldn't use the same affirmation for 6 years because if you're using affirmations correctly, then you're going to be always growing. So eventually the affirmation that did feel good is not going to feel good anymore. And then you need a new affirmation. I don't use the same. I use different affirmations for a period of like maybe a month or a couple of weeks or even sometimes a days, just to help me feel better to whatever it is I'm going to next. The other thing I will say too is that with affirmations, if first of all, you can't think a positive thought and a negative thought at the same time. You can't feel bad and feel good at the same time. So if you're feeling bad, usually that leads to another feeling bad thought and another feeling bad thought, another feeling bad. If you start to feel good, then you go to a feeling better thought, a feeling better thought, and a feeling better thought. The other thing I'll say about affirmations is saying them once or twice a day is not enough. You need to feel good throughout the whole day, which means you need to be affirming positive things over your life all the live long day. That's no different why the Bible says pray without ceasing. So that's tool number one. And again, the purpose of that is to reconnect your neural pathways, neurons that wire together, fire together. You're reconstructing synapses, which are the roadways where your brain communicates. And integration takes time. Integration is adapting a new pattern of thought to your belief system so that you move from I hope it's true to I believe it's true, and I believe it so much I can feel it all the live long day it's true. Okay. The next tool and resource is meditation. So if you haven't listened to my previous podcast episode about why interpretations and perceptions will either crush you or propel you, you should definitely listen to that podcast episode because I talk about the power of interpretation and perception on things. Well, meditation, the reason why meditation is so powerful is because our feedback that we use as human beings is based on our 5 senses. Well, we can touch, taste, smell, see, and hear. That is how we perceive things. And what happens is if we perceive things from a negative standpoint or we interpret them from a negative point of view, we can feel like we're unworthy. We can feel insecure and fearful. We can feel like we're a failure. We can feel like we're not making progress. And as soon as you start to feel into that energy, you're starting to attract from that place that energy. You don't want to take new action. You're not eager and excited about your future. And like, that's how people get stuck. That's how people quit. So the purpose of meditation is to completely forget about your 5 senses. It's to completely forget what you can touch, taste, smell, see, and hear. It's complete to ignore all of those things and focus on generating the feeling behind the event, circumstance, people, and results you want to experience. We talked about those 4 things last week. There are 3 things that we tie our interpretation to perceptions to: our results in our business, our results in our personal life, our results in our finances, the events, so things that happen to us, circumstances, the deck of cards that we've been dealt, which every hand of cards can be turned into a winning hand. And then, of course, the people in our lives, which is what they do, which is how they treat us, what they say about us, how they help us or they don't help us, all those kinds of things. Meditation allows you, in the same way that affirmation should make you feel good, meditation allows you to feel into those helpful feelings to really help you to grow and expand to what you want to experience. It also, meditation can help and allow you to move through depressed and repressed emotions that are taking up space in your emotional closet and allow you to feel them so that you get to release them and move through them instead of suppress and repress them, which is also very, very, very powerful. And the best thing I can say about meditation is start with small meditations that aren't long, because Joe Dispenza is an amazing teacher on meditation. He's done a ton of science on this. You can Google him, you can YouTube him, all those things. What I want you to know and understand, though, is that like his meditations can be really long. Like some of his meditations, like an hour and 45 minutes. You can go on YouTube and find a really amazing I Am Enough Amanda Frances meditation, which is only several minutes. So start where you're at. Start with you're at and get in the habit of just the process of closing your eyes, letting go of what is and focusing on what you're creating, because that is our greatest gift that God has given us, is a gift of free will, the gift to create a different reality for ourselves. But in order for us to create a different reality for ourselves, we have to be willing to see ourselves differently. We have to be willing to do things differently. We have to be willing to think differently. And our brain does not know the difference between what we are imagining and what we're actually experiencing. They've done scientific studies on this. So the idea of meditation is to allow your brain to experience the event that you want to experience and feel the feelings as if it's already happened. It's very, very, very powerful. The third core tool at your disposal is journaling. And as soon as I say the J word, journal, a lot of people go, yeah, not for me. I don't know what to write. I get writer's block. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. All of that is self-judgment. That is criticism. And really all journaling is asking yourself questions and then writing down a response. So that's why in all of the courses, digital courses that I teach, that I have available, they always are going to have journal questions and things I want you to ask yourself, because when you ask yourself questions, you allow yourself to see your perceptions and interpretations and your dominant thought patterns. When you're able to see what you're thinking, you're able to choose a new thought, affirmation, and choose what you want to create, because you're able to observe more clearly what actually is and what has been happening behind the scenes in your brain. It also clears so much space for all the thoughts that are in your head when you start to actually write them down and identify them, what kind of thought they are, where they're coming from, where that idea, that belief comes from. And everything in life that has a question has an answer. So knowing that, you can ask a whole bunch of different questions and get a whole bunch of answers that are from the divine, meant to help you and support you on where you want to go in your life and your journey. When it comes to using all 3 of these, journaling, meditation, affirmations, the main objective is to feel good, to identify commonalities and patterns to become the person that you want to be. Because when you feel good, again, change what you think, feel good, change what you do, get different results to live your dream-filled life. It's amazing. All right. That was just a really quick episode there. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me at BrandonRFoster.com. I would love to see you there with my reels and join the Confident AF community on Facebook land. I love you. I'm proud of you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Start utilizing all 3 of these mindset principles, journaling, meditation, and affirmations to help you shift your mindset, change what you think, change what you do, get different results. I love you, boo. You have been listening to Confident AF Live, taking your mindset next level to get next year's results today with host Brandon Foster on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Listen or watch live every Wednesday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, where I help badasses like you with big dreams learn to take their impact and results next level, turning those unrealistic goals into reality. Confident AF Live is the gateway to enormous new opportunities and unlimited possibilities. For more information, get in touch with me, Brandon, at BrandonRFoster.com.